What's up, Hope Kids? Pastor Tony here, hanging out with you guys for Hope Kids at Home. I am so glad that you joined us for today as we continue talking about patience. Patience is waiting until later for what you want right now. All month long, we've been talking about different ways that we can show patience and really why we can be patient. We talked about how when we need to practice patience, and the reality is it's not if, but when we need to practice patience. It's a reminder that God is always with us, that He is waiting patiently along with us, and He can help us every step along the way. Last week, we talked about remembering what's true about God and other truths as far as the reason why we are patient. Today, we have a different truth when it comes to patience. But before we dive into that, we're gonna wait because we have a game for you guys for today. We are a couple weeks away from Easter, and so our game for today is all about Easter. I'm going to test your knowledge about what you know about the holiday of Easter. And here's what we're gonna do. There's gonna be questions that come up on the screen with 4 different answers. You have to determine the right answer out of this question. Make sure you guys visit the virtual room to submit your answers. And remember, the winner for these games is gonna get a Crumble cookie gift card. Since we're talking about baking and desserts, it's only fitting that we give away a Crumble gift card. So pull up the virtual room, pull up the form where it says Week 3 Hope Kids at Home game, fill in your answers, and let's see how many you guys get right. After the game, I'll be hanging out with you guys to talk about what's next. All right, I can't wait to see how many you guys get right, and more importantly, I can't wait to announce a winner for this Crumble cookie gift card. Before we dive in, I have a question for you guys. Have you ever waited for something for so long that you did not want to wait for it any longer? It doesn't matter if it's a video game or for dinner. You just thought, forget it, I'm not going to wait anymore, and I'm going to dive right in. Well, in today's story, we're going to see a guy who gave up a lot for a little. In fact, he wanted something so bad in the moment, he was willing to give up something that really came from God and something that was going to benefit him for the rest of his life. I know we have not made those kind of decisions, but the truth is that God has wisdom for us in the decisions that we make, especially when it requires patience. So let's meet our guys for today. Let's check out the So-and-So Show, and I'll see you guys after the video is done.
Ooh, a marshmallow.
Sure. Eat the mallow, miss out on something better.
What do you mean?
If you wait and don't eat that mallow until I return, then you will receive something even better than a mere measly mallow.
Better than a marshmallow?
Not one bite.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. I don't think he can wait and resist eating that marshmallow, but if he can, I'm going to give him an entire bag of marshmallows. All right, here we go. Count to 10. 1, 2. All right, let's go. Where's the desk? Did you eat the desk? You ate the desk!
I didn't eat the marshmallow! Oh.
All right. Oh.
Hey, everybody, I'm John.
And I'm Brandon, and welcome to the So-and-So Show.
You've been waiting a whole week to see this show. Thank you for your patience. I know you won't be disappointed.
Did somebody say manners?
No?
I am Melinda Manners, and I can always tell when my help is needed. I can sense when someone is being mannerly. And when someone is not.
Oh yeah, all right.
Chair.
Weren't expecting.
So, my dear boys, what seems to be the problem today?
No problem. We're just trying to get the show rolling. so-
Patience, my dear boys, patience. It's one of the most important manners. I wrote an entire symphony on patience once.
Oh, is that right? Let's. Nice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm learning so much from that.
Oh, that's just the tip of the ice cube.
Oh no, that's not the way that.
If you want to be mannerly, don't speak out, just sit quietly. Don't correct or presume, just sit tight and listen to me. Now, I meant what I said about sitting tight. Shoulders back, boys. It is unmannerly to slouch. Better?
So, Melinda, now that you're here, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh, so many things. There's nothing unmannerly about having fun, after all. I keep my favorite things with me at all times. Let's see. Oh, yes. Hold this, please.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. A ball for baskets. A screen flat for movies. And this electronic sewing box.
Wow, you certainly do know how to have fun.
How did you pull all of this out of that bag?
I may be delicate in my manners, but I am a strong woman. Manners and strength are like peas and carrots. They go together like deserts and ferrets.
How do deserts and ferrets go together?
Now, my most favorite fun to have is the kind that you can really learn from.
Ooh.
Let's play a little game I like to call Bake and Wait. Our preparations are complete. Now we simply need to insert the pan into the oven. And in 27 short minutes, we can enjoy some delicious light bulb heated balls of cookie dough.
27 minutes?
Hey, this may take a while. You may want to speed through. Finally.
Let's eat!
Actually, now the cookies have to sit in the cooling chamber for 5 minutes.
Oh, no, thank you. Wow!
It would be unmannerly for me to say I told you so. So I'll just sing it. Being patient is always right, but you didn't listen, for you're not so bright.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys!
Hey, Kellen.
What's up today, Kellen?
Well, today we're looking at something that happened in the very first book of the Bible. That's right, Genesis. Specifically, Genesis chapter 25. This is the story of two twin brothers, Jacob and Esau.
It wasn't my fault. Jacob tricked me.
What's going on?
You can't prove anything, Esau. Yes, I can. Tricky McTrickerface. That's not my name. It should be.
Okay, slow down. I think we might need some kind of judge to handle this.
You have just stepped into the courtroom of Judge Trudy. The cases are biblical. The people are historical. The courtroom is not real at all. This is Judge Trudy.
Just to be clear, this courtroom did not appear in the Bible.
Oh, I'll take it from here, Kellen. So, Esau, says here in your case file that you were born first. So you got your family's rights and inheritance, is that correct?
That's correct. I was born first. It is my birthright. Mine.
Well, a birthright is a really big deal. It means you'll get more of your father's wealth and property, and that you'll become leader of the family.
Yeah, that's right.
But Jacob, you stole the birthright from your older brother, correct?
No, I did not steal it. He sold it to me, fair and square. The trickster! At it again! You were the one who made the trade.
Order! I need to know the real story. Bailiff, roll the security footage.
Jacob, quick! I'm insanely hungry. Feed me some of that stew.
Sure, but first you have to sell me your birthright.
Look, I'm dying of hunger. What good are those rights to me now?
Promise me. Promise me you'll sell me your rights.
Fine. I can't wait any longer. I promise to give you my birthright.
Wait, Esau! Did you not even value your birthright?
I was hungry.
But you didn't have one bit of patience. You could have waited and eaten something else later. Let me ask you something. Was the stew worth it?
It was okay.
Tasteless, but for a moment. But your birthright would have affected generations. It seems to me, Esau, that your complaint against your brother is your own fault. I cannot rule in your favor. You made your choice. Court is adjourned.
This has been Judge Trudy.
Even though there's no way that was the real Jacob and Esau, Judge Trudy summed it up well. Esau did not value his rights as the firstborn son. Being impatient made him sell something that was worth more than we can imagine for the price of one little bowl of stew.
Bummer.
Seriously, being impatient can actually cost you.
Totally. When we're not patient, we rush in without thinking about the consequences.
Oh, I know. I bent my tongue.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I think we can avoid a lot of problems if we just pause and think before we act. There's a lot we can miss out on when we're not willing to wait.
It's good to hear. Thanks, Kellen.
Yeah, thanks.
You got it. I'll see you guys next time.
I think of the end of that today.
Put that away, please.
Sorry.
Reveal the question. What could you miss out on by not waiting?
Yeah, like when you eat snacks before dinner and then you're not hungry and it turns out to be your favorite meal. That's a bummer.
Yeah, or you can miss out on spending time with your friends who are running late because you didn't want to wait for them.
Or maybe something even more drastic, like in Esau's case. Talk about it together, and we'll see you next time. I'm John.
And I'm Brandon, and this was
The So-and-so Show.
And Keep going. Nice. We're really coming into it now. Now it's time for the big finish.
All right.
This.
Oh, I left the blowtorch on.
So in today's story, we meet two brothers, twins in fact, Jacob and Esau. Esau was born first. He was the oldest one. In that time, the oldest child, the oldest son, was given the birthright. He was given everything for the family. All the money, all the livestock, all the possessions went to the first son. Jacob came out second, actually holding on to the heel of Esau. But Jacob tricked Esau into giving up his birthright. After Esau had been hunting all day and spending on the field, he was so hungry, he said he was famished. He was willing to do anything to get his food. And Jacob knew that. And so he offered Esau some soup. And in order for him to get the soup, he traded in his birthright. He traded in everything that was going to set him up for success for his entire life, all for a bowl of soup in that moment. Now, I know for you, you may not know what a birthright is. It may not seem so significant. But basically, if your mom or dad had a bank account for you with a lot of money in there, a house set up for you, a car to drive, a job set up, college all paid for, it would basically say you gave up all of that for a bowl of soup. You see, Esau was so impatient, he was willing to sacrifice everything for something little. His impatience, his lack of waiting cost him everything. And that leads us to our main point for today, is that when we are impatient, when we feel like we can't wait, it could cost us. Now, we may not be given up as much as Esau did, but the reality is when we don't wait, it ultimately can hurt us in the end. We make decisions that we're going to regret later on, and we have to live with that regret. I remember as a kid, I made decisions because I was so impatient that I still think about to this day. So there's that. We have to live with regret, and if we could go back in time, we would redo that decision and basically wait it out. But there's also things that God teaches us while we're waiting. God shows us who He is. It allows us to trust Him. It allows Him to show how He's faithful or how He provides or how He's there for us. And when we don't trust in Him, when we are impatient, we don't allow God to work in our life in that way. And we miss out on what God may do something amazing through you and through what you're going through. Waiting is hard to do. Practicing patience, living with patience is really hard to do. But remember from the previous 2 weeks is that God is always with us, and we can remember what's true about God. That He is always there for us. That He helps us, that He hears us, that He cares for us, that He comforts us, that He provides for us. Ultimately, that we can trust Him no matter what. No matter how long we have to wait for something, we know God is in the midst and He is with us, waiting with us as we're waiting for whatever it is. And that leads us to be able to trust Him more than we've ever trusted Him before. So, whatever you're waiting for, whether it's for a family member to get better, whether it's to see friends, whether it's just even for your favorite video game or to be able to go to your favorite place, remember that when we're impatient, it could cost us. Cost us trust with other people, but ultimately it could cost us learning more about who our God is and how He is going to show up for us. So, Hope Kids, that's my challenge for this week, is when you're practicing patience, when you feel like you want to give up, don't give up, because there could be something that God is doing in and through you to teach you something about who He is and something about yourself as well. So, as always, we are open for Hope Kids. I hope to see you guys soon in person. Remember to check out the virtual room, submit your answers. There's other fun games for you guys to play in there and to be able to connect with us in Hope Kids, even though you may not be coming in person. And if not, if we don't see you on Thursday or Sunday, we'll see you guys next week for Hope Kids at Home.